Everyone, and welcome back. Today we are privileged to have one of our very special own guests. She happened to have shared her story with us earlier, and I'm just gonna give her a chance to introduce herself, say her name, and then we'll get right into it. Hello, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. My name is Joy. You may follow me on Instagram as Joy Yasmin, on Facebook as Joy Yasmin, on Twitter as Joy Yasmin. Yeah.
All right. She's the lady who shared her story earlier on, and there's been quite an interaction, and people wanna see her face. People wanna get to know more about her. And today I'm just gonna ask her a few questions, and she's going to answer us. And we will do a video that will drop in less than 2 days, so that we can actually get to use her story to inspire and motivate other souls out there who've gone through the same. So let's get right into it. Without much ado, I'd like to ask you just a question. From your story, we've highlighted a few aspects and a few struggles along the way, as well as what you've told us so far. So I just have one question. What was your turning point in your story? I mean, what part or what point did you get to, and then you felt like, okay, this has happened and now I need to refocus. Maybe I need to retake this. Maybe I just need to take one beat per moment. What was that point? What happened?
Well, my turning point was when the moment I told Yasser I'm pregnant, and he was like, "No, this cannot be my pregnancy. Go look for someone who will look after your pregnancy."
Yeah.
The moment he said that, they were hurtful words because he already knew what he did to me. Yeah. So that's when I decided I just have to focus on myself and try to move on and put things together and pull up,
So during that time while you were pregnant, you in school, he's in school, he never even bothered to say hi, try to see how you're doing?
He never bothered. He never did it. In fact, the time he would see me, he would run away even. He wouldn't even want to face me. Yeah, and at some point, his friends would come and ask me, what happened between you and Yasser? So I'm like, how am I even going to answer this when the friend, even they're asking about, cannot even tell them the truth, Yeah.
So it's like he was trying to hide you from the rest of his friends, shutting you down completely so that nobody knows what actually happened.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you feel you could have done different to somebody like him? Should somebody else face what you faced with him?
Well, at some point, I wanted to sue him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Legally, that is.
Yeah. I wanted to sue him, but then it came my mind, it crossed my mind that I can't do even that because he was still studying. Like, even if I had decided to sue him, it would cost his studies and it also affect him.
Which would also cost you your life.
Yeah,
because
I know it
remember,
this
is somebody who's assaulted you sexually. Okay? You cannot just say that you will be okay because this person assaulted you. Alright? It's not okay for us to let them just be there. And it's like you made him a favor, a huge favor. He's even free. That is 10 years. We are talking 10 years and above. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's not that I never wanted to report him or sue him or do anything. The reaction really hit me so bad, and at some point I was only thinking about myself, thinking how I'll cope up with the pregnancy. It was such a, even that time I was not even ready to think of suing him or doing what. My focus was on me.
And how did you manage to focus on yourself? At the same time, you have to focus with studies and all that. and then the stigmatization, the hate, the bad talking, the backbiting, and all that. How did you have to deal with that? How did you deal with all that?
At some point in life, people will always be there. People will always talk.
Yeah, true. True.
Whether you're successful, whether you failed, people will always talk.
Yes.
So at that point, I just decided to put to ignore people, they don't even exist.
Yeah.
Because I know I was the one who was passing through that tough situation.
Okay.
And they know what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I never cared what people would talk about me or even reject me. I never cared. I only decided to focus on myself because I know I was the one facing the problem alone and not them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I totally get it. But, there are those friends who used to see you up to a certain standard, and they were kind of close to you, but now they are not. How was that like? How was the situation like for you in school?
Yes, I agree. I had friends,
Mm-hmm.
and the moment they realized and noticed what was going through my life,
Yes.
some of them decided to back off.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them even decided not to talk to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They decided to keep off, to cut that relationship they had with
They
me.
lost ties with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there's this guy. His name was Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, that guy really should I say he was an angel or what?
Genuinely.
He was so kind, and at some point when I told him about my story, it's like he understood what I was going through. Yeah, so he was there for me. He guided me, advised me, despite people talking ill things about me. He was there to support me, and he was never there to make me feel like I'm not even needed or what. He was there to get me through, support me, help me with school studies. Sometimes he could even pay for my rent. He did everything, and I'm so happy. He was there for me. I'm so happy. He was the only person who stood by me since the situation. I can't even.
Yeah.
I'm just happy he was there. Yeah.
I know, I understand I totally get it, how it feels to have somebody in your corner, somebody who's down to ride for you anytime. And after you've delivered, now you have to come back to class, your studies. How would you manage between your baby and classes and all that? Plus feeding, and you're a student, your mother doesn't know you have a kid. Nobody knows you have a kid except for your alleged boyfriend who doesn't even want anything to do with you. So how would you balance in between the two?
After giving birth, that was October 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't go to school immediately because it was not recommendable according to the doctor. Yeah. So I sat home for a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So before that 1 month, I had someone who I had already talked to. She was my cousin.
Yes.
She agreed to be there for me. I go for classes. I come back, take care of my kid, and sometimes I could even go wash other people's clothes in order to get something.
Like Dobby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd pay me maybe 500 a day.
Yeah.
And that one went a long way because I could buy food.
Mm-hmm.
I could be able to buy baby's diapers, everything. And apart from that, Alex was also there. I can't even.
Okay. If there's anything you'd want to tell Alex, what would you tell him?
Well, I know I lost contact with him last year, and I don't know where he is right now. But I just want to thank him, and I really appreciate everything he did. He was such a true friend.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So now you've delivered. You've gone back to class, and then there comes this time when schools close and you have to go home because it's been 2 years you haven't stepped home. Reason being, one, previously you were pregnant and now you have a kid, so you do not know how to approach it with your mother, and it's kind of hard for you to just show up at home with a baby after you promised flying colors, success and all that. So when you got home, how was things like for you with your mother?
Okay, it really took me like it took me hours to decide whether to go home or not.
Yeah,
because
it can be hard, I understand.
Because I knew my mom would really be disappointed in me. But then I come to think of it, like 2 years I haven't even gone home.
Yes.
My mom been trying to reach me out, but I'm not even available.
Yes.
So I understood she might be worried, and at some point I knew she might even come to school, So I decided, when we closed, I decided to go home. When reaching home, carrying my child, and my mom was opening the gate, she was like, "Whose child are you carrying?" I never even gave her an answer. I just told her, "Mom, relax, I'll tell you everything, please. Acha ninge kwa nyumba kwanza." Those are the words that I told her, So when we reached home, I told him everything. Yes, she said she was so disappointed in me because she never expected that from me. So that's when we decided to go back from Nairobi.
Again?
Yes,
to fetch Nasir.
That same fateful day, I had to travel back. In the evening. So, and luckily when we reached Nairobi, went at Yasir's place. Luckily he was around. So
when you say Yasir, is he Muslim?
He's a Muslim.
Does his people know that he has a kid with you or anything to do with that?
I don't know about that. Because the moment I decided to cut ties with him,
so like you lost contact completely?
I never wanted to do anything with him, like even any conversation with him.
Alright, just a question. I know it's the baby's right, but should Nasir or Yasir come one day into your life when your baby is grown and demands rights over the child, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, at some point I always think of that. But you know what? I won't let him have, I won't let him have the baby. Like, it won't be that easy. If you have to drag the matter to the court, I have to do that. Because he has no rights.
Totally.
He abandoned the child and he said he's not ready to be a dad, and he can never be like one of... No. It would just be another issue. I'd rather drag that issue to court.
So how do you think this issue could be resolved in a manner that you could be at peace with?
Like, I always tell my child, as you grow, know that your dad is not around. And if it reaches a point you'll want to see him or meet him, that will be maybe when you are over 18 years, you can make your own decision. You know what is best for you. That's what I always tell her. And before even Yasir lays his hands on her, it won't be that easy, because I won't allow that. I won't give him that that space even to do that. Even if it means like now suing him completely, I'll do that.
So this is a big if Yasir changes maybe for the best and decides to support you and the baby.
No. There's nothing like changing. If he wants to support the baby, yes, it's fine, but it's not a must that if he's supporting her, he should like have all the rights over her. No.
So what are you angry at? You not reporting him or him coming later?
Okay, I'm angry at him because like when he
got
raped
himself
me
without your permission.
and let me in that condition. I was still young, just like he was young. So like what rights does he have to come and later claim that he has the rights over the child after all the trauma. I don't even want to talk about it. I won't let that happen. It will never. And I don't think if I'll ever forgive him. Never
So
in my life.
what do you think you could have done different so that he's held responsible for his actions?
You know, just like I told you,
Mhm.
if seeing him will make him realize what he did was so wrong, I'll do that without
it's-
even thinking.
It's been 3 years.
Yes, it's
right?
been 3 years, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So going forward, what are we looking at? How are you planning to do with yourself and the baby?
Well, I'm happy my child is at school right now. Yes, she's still so young, but I decided to take her to boarding school. That way, she can get used to life. You know, life out there is not that easy. And on the other hand, I'm focusing on myself too, and I'm trying my very best to give her the life she deserves. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because I'm a single mom, I don't have any rights to deny my child what she needs. So I'll definitely do anything for her to make sure she's safe, she's going to school, she's eating. Yeah, I'll make sure I give her a bright future. Yeah.
So what can you tell somebody that has underwent through the same situation that you have? Somebody that has maybe a little bit different but relatable situation. What would be your advice to them? What would you tell them so that they don't give up? And what would you tell them if you were given a chance?
You know, I'd only tell them 3 words. Never give up.
Okay.
Yes, life may throw a lot to you. Life may be tough sometimes. Life may be so difficult sometimes.
Yes.
But then, just don't give up. You know, because everything happens with a reason. Yeah, for a reason.
Sure. You heard the lady. Don't give up. So what made you not give up? Because listen, somebody has just raped you, literally, and then you realize you're pregnant. Yeah. And then you tell the guy, I'm pregnant and it's for you because you raped me, right? And the guy tells you, go and find the owner. Knowingly, he's the owner, right?
Yeah, of course.
So how did you manage to just stand up and be like, you know what? I got this, it's okay. He might have refused and denied the pregnancy, but I'm not giving up on myself. What made you not give up? What was the urge to keep up the fight?
You know, at that moment when he told me that, suicidal thoughts started entering my mind. I can't lie to you.
Yes.
But then I came and sat down and think and thought I don't even have to kill the baby because he or she hasn't done anything wrong. And him or her being
But you're first year.
Yeah, of course I know.
Are you not worried about what your mom would say?
Yes, I was worried and I was scared.
Of disappointing her or something?
Yeah, I was scared of disappointing her. And the worst thing that made me not even tell her anything because she raised me single-handedly, you know. Right. So I never wanted to give her that, you know, let me say, an event where she would sit down and say, I raised this kid single-handedly, but hata hezi nionea huruma akona nimeumia, and she's out there messing up. You know, it wasn't easy for me. It was just never easy for me to tell her the truth at first.
Okay, do you feel like if you had told her that, Mom, I'm pregnant, this and this happened, things would have been different? Do you think anything would have changed?
In my opinion, I'm very sure at the moment I would have told her that.
Yes.
She would have disowned me. Yeah.
So you're afraid of being disowned and not afraid of losing yourself.
Yeah.
So you choose to lose yourself because you're afraid to be disowned. So you mean you just allowed yourself to fall into depression?
No, I never said I fell into depression. No.
But you said
Okay, no.
Yasir wasn't there to see you through all the trauma.
Yes, he wasn't there.
Trauma leads to depression.
I know.
Yes.
Well, just like I told you.
Do you think that should anyone be facing the same things?
No,
They should tell their
don't
parents
agree.
or keep it as a secret. What do you
They
prefer?
shouldn't keep it as a secret.
So you mean by you
sh-
keeping it a secret, you are wrong?
Yeah, I was wrong too.
So-
because my mom had the rights to know everything that was going on.
Okay, so
But
those
I
people who
denied
are
her.
facing the same things you faced should talk to somebody?
Yeah, they should talk to someone at least. Yeah. It's better than keeping it to yourself. Because it's not that easy.
Yeah, they say load shared is lighter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I can relate to that, and wow, it's been hell of a story and quite educative. Should you find yourself in such a situation, please talk to somebody. And thanks so much for sharing. Your story is quite inspiring. How you single-handedly struggled for you, your education, your child, and you somehow managed to put everything back to balance, even though your life was at a verge of shutting down on you. I wanna congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
That is really brave, not giving up and advising many other young ones out here. So thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
That's it, guys. See you in the next episode. Please do not forget to subscribe. This is The Soul in Us.